welcome to Wikiroulette
with your hosts Max and Luke.
Kick it!
Yeah.
A new player has joined the game.
Wikiroulette, 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 Wikiroulette. Welcome to Wikiroulette. I'm Luke.
Yeah. He is. I'm keeping an eye on him, don't worry. Yeah, so that is Luke.
Hello.
That was strange. And I'm Max, and we're joined today by a very special guest. We're joined by a very good friend, Kier.
Mr. Kier, say hello.
Hello.
There he is. He's the third member of our group, the
third
Sun
wheel.
Kings.
Yes. Check us out.
Check us out on Facebook. We're very good. Honest.
We're very humble.
So, seeing as you're the newest addition to the podcast, is there anything you would like to talk about, Mr. Kier? You found anything on Wikipedia?
Well, there is one thing that has been it's something I think we should talk about, and it's a nice little celebration called the Possum Drop.
The Possum Drop. Sounds like a dance move.
Sounds like something I could get on board with.
Well, it's not, but I think it should be.
Let's make it so.
Yeah, well, we've got New Year coming up soon, and it's a New Year's celebration. So it basically involves lowering a possum from height at midnight. It's very much like the Times Square ball. It's Times Square, right?
I guess so. Yeah, with the ball that comes down like that.
You're not allowed to drop it, which is the
that
thing.
seems fair. Like it'll be cruel otherwise.
Is this a dated practice?
No. In where is it?
Contemporary.
Tallapoosa in Georgia.
Good old
They get
Tallapoosa,
7,000
Georgia.
people a year to come along.
In Tallapoosa,
Georgia.
7,000 people go to watch someone lower a possum.
They use a stuffed possum for
Thank goodness.
human rights.
For human rights violations.
They use a stuffed human when they drop the human. But it's better in Brasstown in North Carolina because they have the same thing, but they use a live possum.
Right. There's potential here for cruelty.
Well, last year they used a dead one because
that's very different from live.
Well, the reason being, was it them? Yeah.
Some roadkill.
They accidentally killed it.
No, well they PETA, the animal rights group,
they killed it.
They said you can't use a live one. So I get the suspicion. I have the suspicion they just killed one. I said, no, there's a dead one. They're like, oh, that's fine.
They had the possum all ready to go. You can't use that one.
Circumvent that law.
Yeah.
That'll teach them.
But no, Brasstown is a better event. I think I would go to Brasstown.
That's the possum drop of choice.
That's the possum drop of choice because they have festivities which include local men getting dressed as women to compete for the title Miss Possum Queen. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a New Year's Eve for me.
That is a title that
and bluegrass music.
It's a winner.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah. Can we go?
Much sought after title. Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds like a party.
I mean, I probably can't go this year.
No, I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'm working on New Year's Day.
But next year...
We'll fly back.
We'll fly back New Year's Eve, yeah.
I'm actually
Express.
I'm flying back from France on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So I'd have to then jump straight on another... But
you have to go straight there.
You'll actually get to... Is it Tennessee? Did you say it was? Or
North Carolina and Georgia.
So you'll get to North Carolina in time for New Year. Because there's many hours behind.
This is very doable.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah.
I'm just being lazy. Yeah.
Time zones.
Just got to be committed. Which, well, next year then we'll go to the possum drop in
North Carolina, Georgia.
Brasstown.
Where all the brasses live.
And possums.
And possums.
So hang on, wait, talk me through it step by step. So does it specify what height?
No.
Just a height. Like 5 feet? Just it's basically just someone putting a possum
dangled
down.
in the air, in the cold air for hours before the midnight.
That is horrendously cruel.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to that.
Can we go to the
and it's in a plexiglass pyramid. A little bit Illuminati there.
That is confirmed.
Yeah, confirmed. Yeah.
So wait, okay, hang on.
I've just looked up Montgomery County's possum queen.
Who is it?
Holy moly!
This guy.
You hope that's
is
a
he-
guy, because I feel bad for if she's not.
Is he beautiful?
He's got hairy legs.
Hang on, I'm coming over.
Oh, there's a lovely
That's
possum.
there he is. He's got a small dog.
Ooh-wee! He is quite the possum queen.
Look at all these possum queens.
I'm not sure. I think them. Oh dear.
There's these guys here as well. Looking good, guys.
Again, you hope they're
This is-
guys. 'Cause some of them are definitely women,
Oh well, I don't know. Actually.
and one of them's a possum. So.
One of them's a possum, so that's fine.
I mean, it feels only fair that the possum should at least be in with a shout of being possum queen.
I mean, in this picture I'm looking at, it looks like the possum being dangled by its tail.
Well, it
Just-
doesn't.
Oh, come this
No, but
guy.
that's
I don't know
obviously
if that's
the
a
dead one, 'cause
living
it's nicely
possum.
curled.
Yeah.
It is curled, but I don't know whether that possum has agreed
Thing
to
is,
the
But, I mean,
gig.
like-
There,
Do they have like a
Yeah.
possum cook-off at the end?
a
That's why it's
possum
not the-
cook-off?
Yeah.
What, as in where the possums all have to cook their favourite
Yeah,
dish.
they've got a little
Yeah.
Their apron.
Got a kiss for sexy apron and all that kind of stuff, and they wear it with a little hat. And
They have a little hat with a tiny human underneath it that's manipulating them with strings.
Yeah, like an apron that says "I fucked a grill."
there we go.
Is that a thing you've seen?
No.
You should maybe make those. I reckon you'd sell tons.
You'll find it on the Wikiroulette store page here today.
You won't.
Early Christmas present for your loved
Please
ones.
don't.
Any dads in the family might like it.
All right.
Small
Okay.
note: it might not be delivered in time for Christmas.
It won't be.
It won't be.
It
We're not
also
really
won't
going to
be
do it.
created for Christmas.
I do have
Manufacturing
a
issues.
small question regarding the possum drop.
Knock yourself out.
So, if I've understood you correctly, in the Brasstown one, which is widely regarded to be the finest possum drop of all the possum drops,
How do you rate
Yeah.
a possum drop?
well, by
One's got
cruelty,
bluegrass
distance,
and a queen. The other one has got a dead possum.
yeah, distance
true,
dropped,
yeah.
quality of possum,
Possum.
So they take a plexiglass pyramid, which has presumably been crafted specifically for the occasion,
For the possum
Well, I hope
drop.
so.
put a possum in it,
Yeah.
dangle it a bit for a couple of hours, and then they lower it slowly, and then it's
Free to go?
New Year.
I'm
Is it
trying
free
to
to
find
go?
out.
And then the man dresses as a lady, and they say that he's the queen of possums. And my question is this: why do they do that?
I'm trying to find out.
Well, isn't there a... You know that episode of The Simpsons where they hit the gophers, or whatever it is? Do they whack the gophers?
Whacking day? That's
Yeah,
snakes.
whacking. Or is it snakes?
Yeah.
I think that's a reference to something like this. Because I think
Yeah.
they've got a thing in America about possums, don't they?
Do they? So does.
They like to lower them.
Yeah.
Well,
you
other
can't,
than
you
lowering
can't show
them.
an American a possum without him trying to lower it.
It's
It's a nightmare when they're on the ground. They got to get a shovel out. What was
lowering a possum.
Dame Edna Everage? That's who else is obsessed with possums.
Who's that?
Oh, a possum.
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't.
Possum. Oh, lovely to see you, possums.
I'm
not
just
too bad,
reminded of...
Yeah, you know.
I'm reminded of Homestar Runner. Possums.
That sounded quite menacing.
I don't know if this follows the rules of the show,
It's
but
a game. It's a
I
game.
don't know if this is the rules of the show, but I have used one of the external links on the Wikipedia thing to go to
You're certainly bending the rules.
the website just to get some more information
Yeah, no,
about
that's
it.
fine.
I think we can allow that.
I'll allow
It's
this.
a non-alcoholic family event, so there's no alcohol. So this is all
Just-
completely sober.
Wow, they
Um,
decided to do this while they were sober.
Yeah, we bring the possum
I
to
would
the
never
start
have guessed
of
that.
the event, and then the blessing, and then we bring out the queens of the last 10 years and show them off. And then they go to the church for singing, and then they drop the possum.
Oh, it's a Christian event. Oh.
Which part of the Bible is it in where it says you have to drop a possum?
Dressed as a lady, as a man, you must drop the possum.
And why is the plexiglass cage
Bringeth in the new
Is it
year.
in the middle?
Do you reckon
Why-
it's a misprint of Jesus and the 12 Apostles?
perfect? It's
10 out of 10.
based on the
10 out of
biblical
10.
story where Jesus went around dropping all his apostles.
And it's,
You're there.
yeah, it's a new year for you and a new year for you.
Just hurling them off buildings.
Wow, that was absolute belter, mate.
That's my favourite part of the Bible.
Yeah. That's the one bit they didn't print, I think, you know.
Yeah, well, that was revised later on, I think. They
Yeah.
replaced it with the whole Christmas bit.
Oh, they brought that in with the Mormons book, though, didn't they? You know, I'm sure. Surely that's a Mormon tradition.
Well, I don't
Christmas.
know. Christmas.
No, well, Christmas possums. Christmas possums.
Christmas possums. Happy Christmas, possum!
I want to get a Christmas
I've
possum.
been working
now.
on my domain reference.
It's,
You do it well.
Stunningly incredible.
His other character, what was his? Les Patterson, the Minister of Culture. His favourite thing he said was no, wait. My favourite thing that he said.
Yeah, his favourite thing that I said.
I have no idea what his favourite thing I've said is, but I really liked it when he. People that think that in Australia we don't have any culture. I say to them, we're up to our bloody assholes in culture. Classic.
Oh, what a man. What a guy. Anything further to add about dropping possums for New
I
Year's?
genuinely think we've exhausted this one.
I
because-
can't say I approve of it, but I would kind of quite like to
well, you're not
see it.
eating it.
Yeah, but
I know, but
they've killed a possum. in
Well,
one of the
we don't
events.
know.
Well, it's a dead
they've
possum.
found a dead possum.
They've either killed it or
And they're
roasted
playing
it.
That
around
is a job.
with
Yeah, they're
Go and find us a possum to play with.
desecrating the dead possum.
Yeah, I think they should at least get written permission from its little possum
Does
parents.
this count as a
Or from
false
the-
idol?
The Great Possum Council.
It might be, yeah.
Just watch out.
Moses would.
In
we'd
Brasstown
get in
and
such a tizzy
Tallapoosa,
about
careful.
Get straight on his jet ski and he'd be right over there.
His inland jet ski.
that. Yeah,
Absolutely.
You saw what happened last
Two
time.
wheels called a bike. Yeah.
That Moses, he
Good.
gets around, doesn't he?
Good lord.
Cool.
Well, he wasn't, but yeah.
Okay, we'll be back right after this.
Here's what the weekend guy's done this week.
Nothing to report.
That's what the weekend guy's done this week.
Yes, excellent. Okay, so I suppose we should move on. Move on to the next thing. Less possumy.
Well, not necessarily.
Well,
If we can incorporate possums into every article we
You
discuss.
might be surprised with this one, perhaps. So,
It's called a possum
I
pickup. Yeah.
have either of you two fine gentlemen ever visited the Crown in Covent Garden?
I might have done. Where is it?
It's a pub in Covent Garden.
I mean, yeah, I might have. Whereabouts in Covent Garden?
Monmouth Street, facing on to the Seven Dials and Shorts Gardens.
Sounds like the sort of place I would have been.
You know,
Why
Kier's
is
having
that?
a look.
Do you reckon you've been there, Kier?
I
I
mean-
think I may have been there.
Kier is a gin connoisseur, so he may have been there to take off their gin.
Yeah. You think you'd have gone in there for a gin?
Maybe not a gin, but I'm gonna have a
A beer.
I think
maybe?
I've
a
been in there.
Butcher's
You know.
Hook.
Oh, I want to see the picture now.
Yeah, look,
what is it?
put your
Describe
head
it to me. Hang on.
Hang on.
Yeah. Well, no one's talking. Yeah.
Well,
Well, it looks familiar.
It's got ceramic tiling on the exterior, so you know that's
That
pretty
traditional
classic
pub.
old pub
They love it.
feel, isn't
It
it?
does look like a pub in London, though. Like,
Yeah,
so I'm not entirely
That's
sure.
lucky.
it's not a particularly old pub either. It's 1833, so it's not huge. I mean, you can
It's
get
not-
much older pubs than that.
You can. Yeah. It's not especially new though either.
That pub that we went to on your stag do here,
Which
the first one,
pub?
the very first one, the one that was
the Camel.
the Camel. Isn't that quite a classic?
Yeah.
pub?
Where's that?
Where is it?
Bethnal Green-esque.
Yeah,
area. Yeah.
Sort of Bethnal Green way.
Interesting choice.
So that's that was a
Well, you
that
see
was
my
a
great
neat,
grandfather's on the wall. Picture
Little
of him.
pub.
Not him.
He's not like Jeremy Bentham style stuffed. I am determined to talk about Jeremy Bentham. I've been trying to squeeze him in. It's mental. Like his body is in, I think in UCL. They stuffed his body
Sorry,
when he
who?
died. Jeremy Bentham.
Who?
Jeremy Bentham.
Yeah, who's Jeremy Bentham?
Oh. Thought we were just doing like an Abbott and Costello kind of. He was a poet and one of the sort of the father of utilitarianism. So John Stuart Mill wrote the book Utilitarianism, but Jeremy Bentham is regarded as kind of the founding father of it. The kind of the idea that we should act for the good of the many, like do whatever is
And not the few.
Well, exactly. And once
Like the conservative motto.
the greatest good for the greatest number of people.
You're great.
So
You're good.
exactly, that's
The
kind of
greater
utilitarianism
good.
in a nutshell. I don't, I'm not an expert, but anyway, the point is, his body is on display. I think in UCL.
Why?
Why exactly? I don't know. But as a prank, a few years ago, some students from King's. Forgive me if I'm getting this the wrong way around or if I'm slandering anyone, but I think some students from King's, as a prank, broke in and stole his body. And hid it in their own university. And,
Wow.
I mean, as pranks go, that's quite a full-on one, isn't it?
Right, it's university lads. Or
University
school,
lads,
Yeah,
classic bants, isn't it?
yeah
That's like
top
the
bands.
rugby team after training. Way, we'll go and steal a body.
So it's like, you know, how the classic Soviet leaders used to be. They used to be embalmed.
Like Lenin
weren't they?
is there in front of the Kremlin, isn't
And
he?
same with Kim Il Sung and Kim Jong Il. They're embalmed.
Are they?
In
Are they on
Pyongyang.
display?
They are on display in Pyongyang. Yeah, they're in glass sarcophagi or whatever they're called. I think that they call them sarcophagi.
Well, I think it's like, but I think he's like standing up, or maybe he's not.
What,
I
this guy?
might have made that bit up.
What's his name again?
Jeremy Bentham.
Jeremy Bentham. So you think he might be?
I think he's like
upstanding?
kicking a football or something.
Well, when you get stuffed, I suppose you can be posed, can't you? But
Yeah, doing whatever you want.
I know that the Kims are both like in bed. They're like just lying there, looking really peaceful.
All right, they're not
They-
like struggling to
It's
get
meant
off
to
to
look
sleep.
like they're serene and eternal. You know, because as we know, Kim Il Sung's the eternal president of North Korea.
Yes,
Like,
it is.
he still has a rank.
Yeah, I mean,
He's still the ultimate
you'd
leader.
think that Kim Jong Un would be a bit less up himself, wouldn't you? He's not really the president.
No, he's the marshal.
Is he?
Yeah,
The marshal,
he's
is it?
literally the marshal. That's his title. There's I think Kim Jong Il
He's a
was
funny little man.
he was the not eternal president. I think
Was that his official title? The not eternal
I
president.
don't know the exact title of it,
The
but
quasi-eternal president.
Kim Il Sung is the eternal president. He will always be president of North Korea
Yeah.
in people's eyes, while in their brainwashed minds,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
a bit judgmental of you.
But yeah, this
Maybe they're
pub.
really happy.
I'd just like to chip in here. I've never been to this pub. I've been there. It's at Seven Dials.
you-
I thought you were
but
going to say I've never been to North
For
Korea.
those listening, Kier's got
Neither have I done that. officially.
Google Maps Street
It
View
was never
out.
recognised.
He's just checking it out. Like,
Yeah, no, I've never been there. I've
It's
been
like we're
past
actually
it
there.
many times because
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
I'm sure I've nipped in there for an ale before.
Well, what's interesting about this pub then? Tell us a thing.
Well, in the time of Charles Dickens, it was known as the Clock House,
right.
and it was dubbed a hotbed of villainy in an area well known for
Hive of
prostitution.
scum and villainy.
Seven Dials was a very racy place.
Yeah, it's well. Apparently, that area was well known for prostitutes and pickpockets.
Excellent.
Alas, not now.
Alas,
Oh,
no,
I love getting my
It's
pocket
just
picked.
known for very trendy people and
Extremely.
excruciatingly, painfully expensive goods and clothes and
Women.
women.
Excruciatingly expensive women.
Excruciating.
That was in the past,
No, no, no.
Kier.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's more of like a shopping district now, isn't it? It's
Covent
like,
Garden.
Yeah, and like
it's a
lots of
touristy thing.
it's
super
street
fancy
performers and
restaurants
things like that.
and
Yeah,
they've got nice
and
restaurants
pubs.
up there.
There's good
Is there
restaurants.
any
Nice
vegan
pub.
restaurants up there?
There is actually.
What, in
I
Covent
like the
Garden?
lamb and flag.
Like, yeah, Lamb and Flag's nice.
Can you name drop anyone?
There's one in Neil's Yard, I think, which is I don't remember what it's called though.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
Check it out, all of our vegan listeners. Go up Covent Garden. Let us
Yeah.
know. Write in.
yeah, do
Fax
that.
us on this number. 0000002.
And go and check out the street performers and tell me, do their shows ever start or finish? They're just always there
Or
doing
entertain.
something. Yeah, I don't know anyone who's ever watched a show from start to finish.
Are they just crusty jugglers, or do they have a story?
Well, I mean, I want to hear the story of this crusty juggler. Like, what's so crusty about him?
I don't know. I was just riffing, mate.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I suppose
I'm
that's the name of the game.
surely they would have a story. I mean, like the statue people.
Yeah,
They must
Don't
turn
do
up.
the same thing.
they
now.
stand really still.
They must turn up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Like get all painted up, and then go 3, 2, 1 statue.
And
Well,
that's,
and then
they-
it's hours and hours, and they'll suddenly like when somebody's taking a picture, they go like.
well, they all have this thing now, don't they, where they have a cane
Yeah,
and they appear to be floating.
they're all Yoda, and there's three of
Yeah.
them together.
Yeah,
They're all Yoda.
yeah. There's loads of Yodas.
What
You need
Yoda
to go to
statues?
Trafalgar
Yeah.
Square.
No way.
They just hang out floating in the air. But the thing is, now that it's sort of people know how that's done.
Don't spoil the magic.
I mean, yeah, well, I know how it's done. They all can fly. So
About
It's-
3 feet off the
yeah,
floor.
it's cheating, isn't it?
Yeah.
They can't go any higher than that or move along. They can just stay where they are. It's a really quite a useless
So
talent.
hover.
Yeah, they can hover. But I don't know why they keep doing. I mean, presumably people give them money.
Oh, they must make
In fact-
a pretty penny.
Why
off this, I'm
though?
sure.
I don't know, but
When there's some poor git down the way playing guitar, singing songs, pouring his heart out, and they're like, oh, bloody street
Oh,
performance.
well,
I'm gonna give it to
But
this
a
bloke.
bloke sits down with a mask on all day,
Yeah,
with one hand hidden, but mind, one of those arms is fake.
big society, isn't it? That's
You got your Oasis cover people, and you got your human statues. You know.
Well, I was watching Dave Gorman recently.
Yes.
His TV show he has on Dave.
Dive.
And he did an experiment about this to see like what it is that people are amused by with these guys, and he painted up a mannequin to look like a human statue and left it so, and that made some money as well. People were just giving it money.
And people feel obliged, or kids go, "Oh, can I give them some money?"
But the real crazy thing was.
Well, people like selfies and stuff with this
Well, they do that.
mannequin.
Yeah, and there was like a selfie. Someone bumped into it, and it like rocked, and they still didn't.
You're like, oh,
Yeah, that's amazing commitment to the role.
Doing that.
Because normally you go and drop a coin in the hat, and they'll like
a $5 or a tenner, whatever.
yeah,
you've got loose
20
hanging
quid,
around.
50
Yeah.
quid, all your life savings, your car, drive your car into their
Your
little
wife.
hat, put your wife in, put yourself in,
Everything in.
everything.
In the cap.
And once you've done that. They'll give you a little bow or something, or shake your hand, or say, they move a bit. That's the gimmick, right? They're a statue
Well,
until you
you're
give
powering
them money.
them with your funds,
And then they move, and then they stay in that position. But so this clip that Dave Gorman had, the people they threw money in to the hat for this human statue that was really a real statue, and it didn't move. So they were like, "Oh, it didn't work. We'll try again." And just kept putting money in.
He's a bit demanding, isn't he?
Jesus,
What goes
put
through
his
your
prices
mind?
up. It's like incredible stuff.
That's sensational.
Yeah.
Well, finally, on this pub,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
it's part of the Taylor Walker pub chain.
Wow.
Any ideas on that?
I imagine it's a chain of pubs, and
Well, you're
That's
not
all I
wrong.
know.
I put it to you that. Let's see if we can get a little bit more information about these Taylor Walker pubs. Would it be like a brewery or something?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. It's the
Okay,
Spirit Pub Company.
yeah.
And Taylor Walker pubs. There's 120 of them, mostly in West and Central London, apparently.
Well,
Pub crawl!
bugger
Hey!
me senseless.
And yeah, Taylor Walker has brewery in Stepney.
Cool. So everyone go and check that out. Everyone flock down to Stepney. They'll be overwhelmed with people clamouring to get in.
And you
tomorrow.
tell them that we sent you.
Yeah.
You let them know.
Yeah.
Tell them you were playing Wikiroulette, and they'll probably escort
And
you.
now
off
you want a
premises.
beer.
Yeah, now you want some beer
Ooh, is that an
after your
option?
winnings.
Well, I've got some beers in the fridge, but I'd have to leave to go and get them, and that would cause all sorts of noise.
No, never mind.
Well, it's probably
I don't
best for
drink
next time.
anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that about wraps up the Crown. What,
All right.
what have you got?
Shall
for
we
us today,
talk about
Max?
another thing?
Yes.
What I've found is, it's not actually that funny. Come to look at it. See, I
It'll
clicked
fit
on this.
right in.
I was immediately, my eye was drawn by the sort of highlighted phrases that you get in Wikipedia that
Sure.
are hyperlinks. I just saw samurai sword, and I thought, ooh, this sounds good.
Winner.
Upon closer inspection, the title of the article is
Does not contain samurai.
the Nick Diederich's Technical High School Slashing.
Ah,
Yeah.
That's a bit close to the mark.
So
kind of
presume
eggshelly for humour.
The murder weapon was a samurai sword.
Yeah. So it was a high school. Well, massacre's too strong a word. In 2008, in South Africa.
I don't take that away from them.
Sorry.
Oh,
yeah.
South Africa. Why did I immediately assume it was going to be America?
I wonder
There's no
why.
automatic weapons.
I have no idea. Oh, that's true. There's a severe lack of automatic
So, well, this
weapons.
is the thing. Like, I mean, America. They're even doing High School Massacres more stylishly than America, aren't they? I mean,
This sounds like a film.
if you're gonna,
Right, a series of happy-go-lucky kids in a high school massacre. It's just
yeah, if you're gonna,
singing songs.
what?
You
Well,
can
High
pitch
School
that to
Musical.
Hollywood.
Yeah, if you're like, but if you're gonna go in and murder your classmates, at least do it with a samurai sword. That is cooler than a gun, isn't it?
Yeah, why kill them quickly when you can make them suffer?
Well, no, the only victim who died was killed instantly, apparently.
That's a massacre.
Well,
No
that's why-
offence
that's
to
why
those people,
That's why
but-
I didn't call it a massacre, and you told me I should.
Well, you didn't really...
It's
I thought there'd be more than one.
well, 3 other people were injured.
Anyone maimed?
2 gardeners and another pupil were injured, and 1 pupil was killed. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing that's interesting about it. Apparently, the guy that did it, I'm not going to say his name because we don't want to glorify him. But he's
No.
in prison now. But he obviously, he followed Satanism.
Ah,
Apparently.
yes.
I don't know what that means, following Satanism.
I always thought Satanism meant the polar opposite of Christianity
Well,
or
it's
Catholicism.
My understanding of it is that it's not a sort of we love doing evil stuff, everyone go and do evil stuff.
No, it really is.
It's just a sort of rejection of organised religion as it exists.
Absolutely.
So I think, I might be wrong, but I think it looks like, society has sort of misunderstood what Satanism is and looked to blame it.
Or it's been bent to suit the whims
Yeah.
of certain religious groups.
Well, because the
Or
other
media.
thing, the other group that took a lot of the blame for this murder was the band Slipknot.
What?
Yeah, because the guy listened to Slipknot before the attack.
So if I go out and kill someone, the Beatles are copping heat for this.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he was wearing a dress that was similar to a dress Joey Jordison wore, and he was wearing a mask.
But
Like
when
a
did they
Slipknot
go
mask.
out and kill someone with a samurai sword?
Well, it was just after they released Iowa. They all went out and sort of killed some people. Yeah, this is the thing. Like he liked Slipknot. Sure, that's why he wore the mask and he listened to them. But I don't think that's why he killed people.
No, it's because he was not well.
Yeah, exactly. But it does seem to be a rush to sort of blame.
Heavy metal.
Well,
Yeah,
people
having
need
that
to
in
find a
particular,
reason
and-
or something. It can't just be that kid was bad.
Yeah,
Or
he just had a
that kid was
problem.
failed or whatever.
It was a mental issue.
Sounds like
that needs
society
some
failed
treatment.
him, not music. Like,
Yeah. Well, there was then the Columbine guys. They were listening to Marilyn Manson. So it was,
so
it
it's
was
his fault. Yeah, of course.
or something like that. It was
He incited. But then again, like, you can go back to the Beatles where you can say, well, the Manson murders is because of the
Yeah.
Beatles. It's not true.
no.
There's not any way a connection there. It's just Manson in his mind.
It's
Charles Manson was like, yeah, that's what they mean. They mean that the world's going to end.
there's going to be a race war.
There's going to be
so
a
I
giant
should
race war
kill-
called Helter Skelter.
Yeah.
And we should murder famous people in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Only because he didn't know it was a flipping fairground slide.
Well, yeah, that too.
I mean, that's embarrassing, surely.
Well, they didn't,
They
have
didn't
the
know what
internet
Helter
back then.
Skelter
When he
was.
can't, no, but when he can find out, oh,
It was about a
God,
slide.
I feel like an
Charles.
idiot.
Oh, it's
When
a
I get to the bottom,
metaphor.
I'll go
Do you
back
think-
to the top of the slide.
Do you think he felt bad about it afterwards?
Oh, he had a lot of time to think about it while he rotted in jail, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, he's dead
I've,
now.
I know
I
he's
just feel
dead, he
sad
died
that
right
his
too,
music
rest in
career never
pain.
took off.
Ripping piss.
Yeah, it's a shame. We missed out. Imagine, like, he might have been... So he might have contributed greatly to the rich kind of oeuvre of, mental rock. Whatever.
I did Beach Boys song.
Did he?
Yep.
Was it good?
Yeah.
What did he do? Which one?
What did he do?
What did they do?
You
Tell me
carry
exactly
on.
what did
Well,
they
what
do?
do you think Helter Skelter's really about a slide?
Yeah, it's literal.
It's not like a drug trip
No,
kind of thing.
That song
They didn't
is
do drugs.
That song
Oh,
was
you're
meant to be a
They did
throwaway
tea.
that they were blowing off steam in the studio, weren't they? And
Well, yeah.
Paul just threw some words in together. And
Yes. And they did it, in fact, acquire blisters
Yeah.
upon their fingers.
Fisters and blisters were both had.
They got sisters. I've got sisters
On
on my fingers.
I
Yeah.
want to pop a sister nearby, do you?
No, that's to be avoided if at all possible.
Yeah, so Manson wrote Never Learn Not to Love, although it's called something else, and that's one of their 1968 songs.
Well,
It's
hang
the
on.
B-side.
Wait, you mean the Beach Boys did a song written by Charles Manson?
Yeah.
No.
Holy moly.
They hung out in mid-60s before the massacre, proper massacre.
Yeah.
He wrote the song. They changed some of the words to fit better, and he
So you make them less mental and creepy, presumably.
he recorded a version, I believe.
Is it better than the Beach Boys one, or
Oh,
less good than the Beach Boys?
We should
one?
try and cut some of that in, or is that giving...
Let's cut in the Beach Boys version.
Okay,
I
we'll
think.
cut in a little
Yeah.
bit of the Beach Boys one, not the Manson one.
The drummer was driving through Malibu when he picked up two women, and he took them home in the morning or something. No, that's right. The next day, these two women stayed at his house. The next day, they had brought Manson to the house,
Christ.
and they kind of became friends.
Unwelcome house guest, isn't it? Well, let's have a
you
little
weren't to
listen.
know. Yeah, let's have a listen. What's the name of the track again?
Never Learn Not to Love.
This is a little bit of Never Learn Not to Love.
Never had a lesson I ever learned, but you never know I could never learn not to love you.
Yes.
That's an
Not bad.
interesting tune.
Singing it written by a a serial killer.
He
Or
wasn't
not a serial killer.
At the
exactly.
time, he incited serial murder.
Although-
Is it serial murder,
his-
or is that just different from
No,
mass
no
murder?
serial. No, this is mass.
Yeah.
murder. This
Oh,
is
well-
a serial because he did it all at once.
Yeah.
He
It's
incited
one
mass
murder of many
No,
people.
no
But I
serials
just want to point out his version of it was called "Cease to Exist," and it is on his only studio album, "Lie: The Love and Terror Cult."
Yeah, I mean, there's some clues, isn't there?
It's
He's a little
brewing at that
unusual.
point, isn't it? Brewing.
Nobody's
His
taking him
master plan.
seriously, and it's a bit like Hitler. I was like,
Wait,
"Oh,
what-
paint."
Was that 68? Did you say?
Serial.
That came
Yeah.
out? So that's a year. Is that the year just? Is that the same year as the White Album, or a year
68.
after?
I believe it was the same year.
yeah, because Sgt. Pepper's was 67,
67.
wasn't it?
If only the Beatles had a nutter to write songs for them.
They did.
Well, they had lots of nutters chasing them around and ended up
Not to write their
murdering
songs,
some
though.
of them, you know.
And it was a bit of a nutter. Maybe not quite as much.
But
of a
he was in the
nutter as-
band.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, there were nutters in the Beach Boys.
They could have got Jeffrey Dahmer to write their songs for them. That would have been nice. I don't know if the timeline matches up there or not, but
Let's say
he
it
wasn't a
does.
nice man.
No.
We could do a serial killer roulette.
Oh, serial
A,
killer
a
roulette.
special episode where we talk about different serial killers.
Ah,
Or we could do The Simpsons like we said we would.
yeah, that would probably be nicer.
Yeah.
Well, we could do hobbies and
Who
pastimes.
wants to
of
Who wants
serial
to take
killers.
Shipman?
Yeah, see, what how we
The lighter side of mass murder.
outside of killing. Yeah, exactly. You only ever see one side of them, don't you?
Yeah.
You see the bad side. No one ever talks about.
Yeah, no one.
One
Ted-
bad act in
Yeah.
their entire
Ted
existence.
Bundy.
Exactly. Ted Bundy. No one knows what he liked to do at the weekends. You know, he might have been a great flower arranger.
Nobody sees Harold Shipman doing karaoke, do you? You know.
Exactly. I would like to see Harold Shipman doing karaoke.
I'd do anything to kill you
Oh, there we go.
Perfect.
and inherit all your money.
Totes.
Yeah. Well, is there any final words we want to have said, gentlemen?
What have we covered? I mean,
What have we learned?
What have we learned?
I learned a lot about possums.
Possums. So yeah, I mean, check out a possum drop, but ideally an ethical one.
Yeah.
Not one with a live possum dangling from a rope.
Maybe-
That seems cruel.
A fake possum would be fine.
Well, then
Yeah.
it's not a possum drop.
Yeah, it's just a dead possum.
I mean,
drop.
maybe
Who wants to see
there
that?
could just be a possum queen pageant or something. That'd be fine.
Let's put on our
No
own possum
possums,
queen pageant.
But just have a possum queen pageant.
Yeah, we'll do that this New Year's Eve.
All right, that's great.
And don't check out any of Charles Manson's music.
No, that's well.
I'm going
Maybe
to.
gander. Maybe have a
He
gander.
is
but
going to. He'll let us know what it's like.
Don't purchase it. Just steal it, because you know.
Not that I'm advocating stealing, but do just
No,
steal it.
piracy is wrong, but you can steal that one.
Yeah.
And the Crown might be worthwhile having a
Yeah, let's
drink
pop
there.
into the Crown dressed as possum queens.
and talk about Charles
Listening
Manson.
to Charles
Whistling
Manson.
cease to exist. Yeah.
Yes, that's our project for next time.
All right, well, thank you very much for,
And until
for
then-
listening. I've been Luke, as always,
I've been Max, as I usually am.
and
I've been Mr. Kier.
Mr. Kier.
Mr.
Thanks for
Kier.
joining us. Hopefully we can get you back a lot more often. Player 3 of the Wikiroulette game.
Yeah, we'd love to see you again.
Yeah, take it off.
Yeah, it'd be
would
very
you?
nice. Thank you for having me.
You're
Pleasure.
welcome.
Oh.
And we'll see you again next time.
See you later then.
Bye.
Sorry.
Wikiroulette was presented by Luke and Max and produced by Luke and Max. If you like what you heard, make sure you hit that subscribe button for a weekly episode. See you next time.